Hey guys, just wanted to tell you a little bit about this project we're going to start. So in the A fuel car, I've only been in 2 races, so there's some things I want to get taken care of in the routine. But also I want to work on reaction time. In the blown alcohol dragster, I've had reaction time there from 00 to teens, which is really good. But in the A fuel car, things, since you're hitting the throttle from an idle, it takes a little longer for things to react. So my reaction times have been in the 60s and 70s, which is good, but I want to be in the 30s, would be top class for the most part. If I can attain a 30 to 40, 030 to 040 average on my reaction times, I just want to be the best I can be. So with that said, there's some things I'm going to do here in the off season to help with that. One of those is build a simulator to help with my reaction time. Now, one little issue I was having when I first got in the car was when I laid my foot on the throttle to stage, I was actually giving it 300 to 400 RPM, which is considered a big no-no as far as running anything nitro. So what I'm going to do is I've got my Jegs handheld practice tree, and it's got a port in the top. And I found from Jegs this piece here, so I can actually plug the adapter in the top. And I can use this micro switch to activate the tree. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to daisy chain 2 micro switches. One's going to be on my handbrake, one's going to be on the throttle. So the idea is when the throttle is at rest, no throttle, it will hit the micro switch, right? And then that will daisy chain to the brake handle. And when I pull the brake handle, that will engage the switch. So the thinking is, if I press the gas a little bit and the micro switch comes off, it should read as being a red light or leaving too early on my practice tree. So that'll keep me from pushing the throttle. It'll give me the habit of making sure my foot is off that throttle just a little bit when I'm staging, so I don't do that. Also, I want to let go of the brake and hit the gas at the same time. On the logs, I was letting go on the brake when I want to react, but I was hitting the throttle just a hair later. So I want that to be consistent, even to help improve my reaction times. So that's what we're going to do. So I've got some tube in here. It's mentioned 5/8. It's a lot larger than what you'd have in the roll cage. The anal particular side of it wants to build it just like it would be, 1.5 inches, step down 2 more sizes before you get to the foot rest. But I'm just going to use 1.5 I have it here. There's no sense spending extra money on this. I just need something to sit in to mount everything. So we're using 1.5 build a roll cage, and I'm finishing up my drawing here just so I know where my measurements are. I went to the shop last week, broke down a bunch of measurements, just drew a schematic, handwritten schematic of the cage and everything. And so I put it on here just so it'll make more sense. I'm not going to read through my notes. I can just come over here and measure, see what the measurements are on the computer. So I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to get some tubing and get to bending. So one thing I'm considering, if you see here, I made this like I normally would, and I left this out for a handle. But I'm thinking about changing this here. Just for aesthetic reasons, I think it look better. Plus, I won't be walking by it and ramming my knee on this piece here. And I'm gonna do it kind of like a wheelbarrow. I'm gonna put 2 wheels in the back, footrest in the front, so I can just pick it up here and move it, roll it wherever I need to go. So this is kind of where I'm thinking I'm gonna go. I may not even put this in and just do it like that. It's really not necessary. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm gonna try to scrap this out as much as I can. I found some drops that are anywhere from 16 to 20 inches long. I'm gonna try to scrap this stuff out here so I'm not wasting a lot of good material. So I'm gonna have my steering wheel, my brake, I'll have a dash, but I'm just gonna mount my box right there just so I can watch the extra time in front of me. And then I'll have my throttle. And again, we're gonna put a micro switch here on the throttle and a micro switch here on the brake and have that tied together so we can see what it is. So I'm thinking about, I'm gonna go this route here. It just looks clean. Take a little more, or excuse me, a little less room. So let's go over to the rack, get a piece of tubing off and get the bender set up and get to work. All right guys, so it turned out pretty good. We gotta cut this length off here. And then I've actually marked it right here. I wanna make a cut here and get rid of this long drop. And then we're gonna take a tube notcher and notch it. So it's turned out really good. It's I think it's gonna work out pretty good. It's gonna look a lot cleaner than the first design I designed. So let's get over tube notcher and see how it does. What you know? Alright guys, in the middle of notching I had an idea, so this is where I was getting ready to notch it. But instead of the tube coming out like this, and you're gonna see the end of it, it'd be cleaner if I just do it like this and make a nice clean cut. And then I can use this leg as my foot pad for stabilizing it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna now do our links here, across the bottom, and get that done and just get this thing kind of set. All right, guys, so that concludes this episode, the first episode of the simulator project. You can see we got the main hoop and stuff bent up. We got some pieces tacked in place. The simulator is really starting to take shape. I'm excited for what it's going to be and what it's going to do to help me to be my best for 2022. So stay tuned. We'll have episode 2 coming up where we show the main hoop and the other objects we got to put on this thing to get her fixed up so we can practice. See you next time.